Hello everyone, this is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horne, and I bring you a video tonight titled, Be Thankful for the Man Who Tells You He Wants Casual Sex. It's brought to you by my books, How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women, in addition to How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push me with the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. But let's get right to it. Be thankful for the man who tells you he wants casual sex. And the basis and the premise and the framing, the mindset of this video is that the manipulative woman, her life is always chaotic. And the inspirational woman, she gets exactly what she wants because she can inspire and she can elicit the man to give her the things that she wants on the right way with the right terms. Okay, so the manipulative woman, she repels all good things. The inspirational woman attracts all good things, and that's what we're really going to be focusing on in this video. But be thankful for the man who tells you he wants casual sex, okay? And the only way to be upset with a man who tells you that he wants casual sex is that you are a manipulator. You had other plans for him. You had plans to dangle your vagina in front of him and hope that you can get things out of him. Hope that you can manipulate things out of him with the hope, with him having hope that he can get a piece of your vagina. That's why you're mad at the man who tells you he wants casual sex. If you really think of it, sex is an equal exchange. Your vagina does not have the power that society has lied to you and told you that it does. If that was the case, then 70% of children would not be born out of wedlock in the black community if the vagina was that powerful. It's really that serious. At the time that I wrote my book, How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women, which came out April 2nd, 2020, at the time that I wrote my book, 72% of black women were projected to never get married. That's an epidemic. That's 1 in 4. And of those 1 in 4, only 50% were going to make it past 5 years in marriage. So that's a 12% chance of getting married and making it past 5 years. That's roughly 1 in 10. That's an epidemic. So if the vagina had that much power, then how are black women in such a dismal position when it comes to marriage statistics? Why are they facing a marriage and relationship epidemic? Why is there an epidemic of children being born out of wedlock? So you have to get this false sense of, I'm going to leverage my vagina to get what I want, because leveraging your vagina only gets you chaos and confusion because it's rooted in manipulation. Manipulation is an attempt to get something that you do not qualify for. What do you qualify for? Everything that your qualities gets into your life. That's what you qualify for. And if you want to qualify for something, you shouldn't manipulate your way there. You should stare at yourself and say, what kind of woman do I need to become in order to attract the things that I really desire? That's when you increase your qualities. That's when you develop qualities that are a match for what you want. But advancement through manipulation is always short-lived because you acquired something that you did not qualify for. So this is really about manipulation. It's not about the point-blank proclamation that I made that you should be thankful for the man who tells you that he wants casual sex. That's a representation of be thankful for a man that's being honest with you. And even if you all want something different, you shouldn't be upset with him because you all want something different. The only reason that you could be upset with a man like that is because you had other manipulative plans for him. And let's break down this casual sex thing, okay? Let's break this thing down. If the majority of children, 70% in the black community, if the majority of children are born out of wedlock, that means there's a lot of casual sex happening out here. So you can't treat sex like it's some sanctity. It's not. It's something, it's a biological urge that God gave us that keeps the earth populated. And that's why roughly 80% of all women before they leave the earth have a kid, because we were sent here to recreate, to populate, Okay, so you can't treat sex like it's something that's even worth leveraging. It's an equal exchange. It's an equal exchange. And the only way that the manipulation of your vagina in order to acquire things from men, the only way that's going to work on a man, he has to be an extremely low quality, unattractive man. Because no attractive man is going to sit around and put up with hoops and power plays such as dangling your vagina and say, hey, if you do this, I'll give you this. That means you're posturing yourself above him. No quality man who values himself is going to stick around for that. And that's the kind of man that you need in your life. You need a man that has a solid understanding of himself and that is unable to be manipulated. And you know as a woman, you can't respect the man that you manipulate. And you can't respect that man because he doesn't respect himself. So there's no way that he can lead you and guide you and direct you if he can't effectively lead, guide, and direct himself. And the evidence that he can't lead, guide, and direct himself is that he can fall victim to manipulation. You can sell him a falsehood that you know is false and sell it to him as true. That means he's gullible, he's weak, he's a simp. And on an unconscious biological level, you want to reproduce with the best men. So you can't respect this man because he's weak. So the only thing that your manipulation is going to get you is a continuum and a collection of very weak men. That's it. It's going to get you a continuum and a collection of very weak men. That's why you want to move away from manipulation to developing your qualities to become a match for what you want. That's when you can keep what you attain because you actually qualify for it. When you tailor your qualities, now you can qualify for things that you want. And when you qualify for things that you want, you can keep them because you got them the right way, because you qualified for them. That's why the manipulator's life is always in turmoil. It's always chaotic. They have to keep up with the false perception that they're trying to sell to the world. And then in addition to that, they're always making seeming advances and then losing everything. They're moving backwards. They take one seeming step forward and 10 steps backwards. And that's why their life is always chaotic. And no quality man is going to enter the space of a chaotic woman. That's why I talked about in my previous video about how if you have a situation that you have to sell to a man, you should probably stay in the situation that you're in with the man that's already sold on it. When I talked about women leaving their husbands for no good reason. And that's what manipulators are doing. They're admitting that their situation is dismal. And they're selling a false perception of themselves. Quality doesn't have to be sold, it just has to be presented. And so you want to increase your qualities so you're recognizable to the kind of men that you want. But if you choose to manipulate, you're choosing to continue to remain a low quality individual. That's what the manipulation signifies, is that you're choosing to remain low quality. And if you're fighting an epidemic and you're trying to land the best and most quality man that you can get, it's advantageous and it's in your best interest to increase your qualities. See, when you meet a very attractive, successful, elevated man who can't be manipulated, when you meet this man, if your qualities are developed and your qualities are tailored to the qualities in the man that you want, then you don't have to sell him anything. You don't have to manipulate him. You don't have to play stupid games like Steve Harvey tells you to play in his books. You just present yourself to him. And your energy would tell him that I'm going to give you an opportunity to choose me. Manipulation is begging. Manipulation is desperate. Phrases like dating with intention, they're desperate. And so when you come in the presence of a quality man and you say, you know what? I know I've developed my qualities and I know that I'm recognizable. You have a love that elicits from the inside, that emanates from within. Your appearance is intact. You're in your best shape because you know you're in a fight to get a quality man. You're advancing yourself as best as you can. You're using your gifts, your talents, your attributes, and you're becoming a very high quality woman. And once you do this, You don't have to make a desperate plea of manipulation to a man and play power plays and struggles and games and all that stupid stuff that's going to repel him. You come into his presence in peace because you're at peace with yourself. Why are you at peace with yourself when it comes to getting a quality man? Because you've done the work and you've developed your qualities. That's when you can attract a quality man. Attracting a quality man is shown up as a woman that has done enough work on herself, that she trusts herself enough that that man is going to be inspired to choose her with no manipulation or no coercion. She presents herself. And see, the quality woman, she's an inspirational woman, and she understands that she's not more valuable than the man, and she reciprocates everything that the man gives to her, so that man feels valued as well. Once the woman moves that way, there's no manipulation in that equation. It's only inspiration in that equation. And once that man is inspired, he's seen you long enough over time, then that's when he begins to think long term. But guess what got his mind there? Your inspirational quality presence. And it wasn't an ounce of coercion or manipulation that moved him there. See, the only problem with manipulating men, and I'll talk about this maybe in my next video about dating with intention. The only problem with manipulating men is that you're taking them somewhere that they did not naturally arrive. You're removing their ability to choose you. That's manipulation. And so when a man is manipulated, there's going to be a frustration and a disdain that he develops towards you because you pushed him somewhere that he did not naturally arrive at on his own. But when you inspire a man, that's when you can keep the man exactly where you want him because he made the decision on his own in his own time. A woman who trusts herself is the only woman that can get the man to that position the right way. And so you can't be mad at the man who tells you that he wants casual sex. You have to be thankful for him. Because the other men out here, you tell them you're dating with intention, manipulation, because dating with intention means nothing more. I'm going to dangle this pussy in front of you until I get everything I want from you. And here's what I want, a relationship. That is dating with intention, okay? So that's only going to attract a manipulator because that man has to decide that he wants to be into a relationship. He cannot be coerced or manipulated to wanting to be in a relationship with you. And so what do you have when you introduce dating with intention? You have two manipulators and may the best manipulator win. And I introduced that scenario because a lot of the women that I coach, a lot of the women that I encounter, that I have conversations with, they all dating with intention. And the last man that they dealt with, it's the same exact story from woman to woman. She told him she was dating with intention. He says, oh, I got something for you. I'll get into a fast relationship with you. And then what do all these women find out? He's having sex with other women. She finds out that she thought she was in a relationship, that she manipulated her way into a relationship, and she finds out that she was doing nothing but having casual sex. That's why I'm saying be thankful for the man that tells you he wants casual sex. Because the manipulative man knows that you want a relationship, and he's going to tell you what he needs to tell you in order to get what he wants to get. Because he's not attractive enough for you to be attracted enough to him to have casual sex with him. So manipulation, if you can see it on both sides, everyone's making up for a refusal to develop their qualities necessary to get what they want. And so that's what it gets you. I'm dating with intention. That man's like, oh yeah, I got something for you. Let me reintroduce myself. And then boom, you find out he's sleeping with other women, and you find out that you've been in a casual relationship with him the entire time, and you thought you were in an actual relationship with him. And so how can you be mad at a man that tells you he wants casual sex? How can you be mad at a man that says, I want to engage in something that you're already engaging in? Let's be for real. Stop trying to play games with attractive men. Attractive men know. Attractive men know because they're so desired. They've seen all sides of women. I already stated the numbers and statistics. Women are out here having casual sex. Most women are not in a relationship. Most women are not abstinent. What does that mean? You're having casual sex. So don't demonize a man if he tells you he wants casual sex. It's something that you're already engaged in. Get that manipulation out of your heart and your soul. Don't try to shame that man because you can't take advantage of him because he removed your ability to dangle the best quality that you have in front of him, which is your vagina. And that's a sad thing if your vagina is your best quality. It's a terrible thing. Because what is that, especially black women, what has your vagina collectively gotten you? More problems than progress. That's what manipulators get. More problems than progress. And for quality man, it doesn't matter what you try to sell to a quality man. That man is elevated. He can see. He has a vantage point. He knows. If you're selling him something and you're trying to throw him off your scent, he can see through to the core of your actual situation. You can tell him you have things under control. Oh, we co-parent and, I'm okay financially. And, he can see through all that shit. He can see more problems than progress. And that's all he's going to see if you've chosen to manipulate your way through life. One step back forward, 10 steps backwards. You can't escape the recompense and the penalty of being a manipulator. So that's what this whole video is about. Take time to develop your qualities. If you want a quality man, you take time to develop your qualities. If you want temporary access to quality men with the hope that you can extract something from them, keep on developing your manipulative skills. Sprinkle, sprinkle. But it doesn't work. It's only going to attract a low quality loser who other women don't even desire because he doesn't desire himself. If you want the men at the top of the food chain, they're fully aware of themselves. They're fully aware of the women that are a representation of their match. So you owe it to yourself to push the boundaries of the highest quality man that you can possibly get the right way. How do you do that? You develop your qualities. This has been Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach. Bring you a video tonight titled, Be Thankful for the Man Who Tells You He Wants Casual Sex. It's brought to you by my books, How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women, and also How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And to continue to push me with the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. And also, if you're in need of coaching, I'm your man. If my video, my message resonated with you, then I want you to reach out to me at matt@matthewchorne.com. Leave coaching in the subject matter of the email. Leave your name, your phone number, and whatever issues that you're facing in the dating space. And I will do an assessment of what I read and get right back to you. I'll email you back with the terms of the coaching, and the coaching will commence once we both agree. That's about it, and if my message has been of value to you, if your thought process has been elevated as a result from encountering my message, then I want you to make a donation to my PayPal or my Cash App information that's in my video description, as well as pinned to the top of the comments. I've enjoyed spending some time with you all tonight. And ladies, please remember, it's more advantageous to be a quality, inspirational woman than to falsely and temporarily acquire things through being a manipulator. There's two sides of the aisle that you must be on in order to get what you want. Choose the side of the aisle that's going to bring you a robust and long-withstanding experience because you developed your qualities. Quality women attract quality men. It's really that simple. Manipulators, their gains are always short-lived. And that's why you have to err on the side of being the quality, inspirational woman. You will be extremely recognizable, and you will have a robust, long-withstanding experience with a quality man. I'll see you all soon.